Stanley already had years of experience in Africa.
He was sent on projects by several different newspapers in the United Kingdom, and he became an expert on the continent. Through his writing, he tried to convince Queen Victoria that despite all of the difficulty, he believed it would be worthwhile to colonize the Congo. His suggestions never made any impact until King Leopold II found his work. In 1879, the king sent him on a mission to colonize the Congo. Henry Morton Stanley used parlor tricks to convince the African tribal chiefs that white men were invincible. He used a battery-powered contraption to make his grip so strong that Congolese men almost collapsed from a single handshake. Stanley claims that white men could rip a tree out of the ground with their bare hands. He also held a magnifying glass in the sunlight and used the sun's rays to light a cigar, claiming that white men had power over the sun. Finally, he handed a gun to a native man. He instructed him to step back several yards and try to shoot him. Stanley had taken the gunpowder and bullet out beforehand, of course, and when the young man pulled the trigger, Stanley would double over dramatically, only to take his shoe off and shake the bullet out onto the ground. He claimed that white men were spirits who could not be killed no matter how hard they tried, and that a bullet would simply pass right through them. This was enough to terrify the chiefs into signing a contract which declared King Leopold II the new owner of the Congo.
White Nazis, not in Germany, right here in New York City, up there burning cross, had a carload of guns ready to come at you like they came at the Jews over in Germany. And when they caught those Nazis, they found that one of them was a Jew. And that Jew ran around here talking about Nazis, and some of them are nothing but Nazis themselves. You didn't hear them blow that up in the newspaper, did you? No, they tried to quiet it down. Why, when you found Jews who were Nazis, you really found something. In fact, I think you can find a whole lot of them who are Nazis. Always running around here trying to make you get sympathetic for them. But you was a master at that. Make you shed crocodile tears over what happened to him in Germany. You tell him what happened to you right here. You haven't got no time to cry no tears for no Jews. Cry tears for yourself. Let him solve his problem and you solve your problem.
We're finishing now part 2, chapter 2. And what we've said so far is that people have free will and their actions are, some are good and some are evil. And by the way, the Rambam writes explicitly that everyone has some good actions and some bad actions. Everyone. Everyone. And he takes it for granted that there'll be a variety. And we talked about the fact that this world and the next world are asymmetrical. The next world is where the majority of a person's actions, which determine his identity, are compensated. For the righteous, they exist in the world to come and they're rewarded. And for those whose major complexion is black, are excluded from the world to come.